What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're going back to Cult of Luna. Yes, indeed. Cult of Luna Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Mark Decken. And this is actually Mark's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Mark. Hope you enjoy the show. Mark wanted to see me react to this song. It is Cult of Luna with a tune called Finland. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Mark did actually did something pretty cool with this. He wanted me to do a reaction to Cult of Luna, but he didn't know what song to pick. So he actually left it up to the fan base. He actually asked me to put up a poll, put up the 5 songs he couldn't decide between, and he let you guys pick. So this was the song that won with the majority vote, so Mark said, let's do it. And I said, okay, hey man, it's your request. If that's what you want to do, man, it's all up to you, dude. So that's what he did, so you guys had a say in this one. This was posted by Identikit, and the video has 92,529 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Cult of Luna, Finland. Cool. Oh boy. 10 minutes and 46 seconds. It's a long one. Okay, well, I mean, look, you guys know how I feel about long songs, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, boy, let's do this!
Broke up the monotony, I'll say that. Okay, so we had this big shift in style. At first, I was kind of taken aback by it. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, what? Why? But then I thought about it. And I was like, actually, something needed to happen. Because that riff that was happening for the first like minute and a half of the song, it was getting, I don't want to say redundant, but I mean, it was starting to get a little overdone. It was the exact same pattern over and over again. E, 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 F sharp, down to B, to F sharp, to B, to F sharp, to B, to C sharp, D, B, C sharp, F sharp, back to E again. It just kept repeating that same pattern over and over and over again. And it's like, okay, what else? What else you got? So shifting into this, I see the point. I do see the point. I get it, and I'm fine with it, okay? The exact same problem I had with the last time I did with Cult of Luna is popping up again. Vocals are getting buried in the mix. And I know a lot of people were like, well, that's just how they do it. That's just their style. Well, I'm sorry, but if that's their style, I don't think I'm ever going to be a fan of these guys. Look, if you're going to have vocals, in the song, why would you intentionally bury them? Why would you intentionally put them behind guitar, bass, and drums? Why would you do that? For effect? If you want to do that for effect for like a phrase or two, hey, I get that. That's fine. But if you're going to do the entire song like that, from a dynamic standpoint on the vocals, I'm sorry, I just cannot get behind that. I'm not even when it comes to vocals, it's not that I don't care. It's just vocals just go over my head. But even the fact that they go over my head, I can still recognize when vocals should be up at the front. That's where they should be. Otherwise, why have them? Why bother? If you're going to push them to the back, then don't bother having them at all. Just make the song an instrumental. That would make far more sense to me. But I know a lot of people in the comments, when I did my first reaction to Cult of Luna, that was my big complaint, was the mix. And a lot of people in the comments were telling me that's just how they do it. That's how they write and record their songs.
You kidding me?
And like I said, I don't know if that is in fact the case. I don't know if I'll ever be a fan of these guys. I don't see it happening. So anyway, let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens here. This is like a heavier version of Radiohead. It really is. It's... I don't want to say... It's not experimental. It's not that. But I would absolutely compare these guys to Radiohead, just heavier. That's exactly how I compare them. A lot of repetition. A lot. Not a lot of growth within the song. Seriously, we've been doing the exact same riff for almost 2.5 minutes. It's been the exact same riff. Over and over and over again. No changes. No modulations. No shifts in tempo even. I would even take it if it's sped up. I would take that at this point. But there's been no shift in the chordal pattern. No shift in the chordal structure. No shift in melodic lines. It's all been just very repetitive, feeding off this one chordal pattern. And I'm just... Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people that like that. I know there are. To some extent, I do, but I don't like it when it's for 2.5 minutes. There has got to be some variation. Otherwise, you're going to lose a good chunk of your listening audience. I know the diehard Cult of Luna fans are going, oh, we're not going anywhere. That's because you guys are diehard fans. If you're talking about trying to acquire new fans, you're not going to get a whole lot of them. Not with stuff like this. I'm sorry, you're just not. Attention spans of human beings, in all honesty, okay? Let's be honest here. The attention span of your typical average male, adult male, is somewhere between 10 and 12 seconds. You have 10 to 12 seconds to grab someone's attention. If you don't, you need to switch it up so you grab their attention back and you try to settle them on that instead. When you go on for 2.5 minutes on the same riff, not only have you not gotten our attention, you've completely lost us. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be straight with you. I am being 100% honest here. I am watching that clock like a hawk. Not because I need to pause, but because I can't. I am just hoping that these numbers start to shrink faster and faster. I really want this song to be over. They need to change it up. They need to change it up desperately. Okay, we got another shift now. Okay. Shifts are happening. Okay, they are happening. They're just not happening often enough. We just went for another 2.5 minutes with the same riff going over and over and over again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they are putting some shifts in there. I'm glad that they're putting some changes in there, and we're changing at the feel. We're changing at the chords. I'm glad that is happening, but it's happening after every 2.5 to 3 minutes. And I know there are people who enjoy this. I know there are people who like this style of music. And listen, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I want to be very clear. I'm not slamming people who listen to this style of music and have fun with it. Look, I know people who love Frank Zappa, and that's fine. You can love Frank Zappa. That is perfectly fine. Just don't expect me to love it as much as you do, because I'm sorry. Frank Zappa, as much as he has done for the world of music, and I have a ton of respect for him, I do, but I will never be a fan of Frank Zappa. Ever. And this, I would equate this not so much from a experimental standpoint, but from a standpoint of a lot of repetition. Yeah, I would. I would definitely put that in there. There is some experimentation happening, but not a lot. I mean, it's something that we haven't heard before from like Radiohead or anything like that. So I can't really say it's that. I don't know. I still stand by what I said about. I feel like this is Radiohead, just heavier. It's like, imagine if Radiohead decided to reimagine themselves as a metal band. This would be it. This would absolutely be it. Is there anything wrong with that? No, nothing wrong with that at all. Just don't expect me to love this, because I'm telling you right now, this is absolutely not my cup of tea. Anyway, let's keep going here. Subdivision work there. Going back to the picture we did earlier. Stop. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I didn't see that coming. That was a nice switch up. That right there, that like the last like 41 seconds, that was a nice little switch up. I didn't see that coming. That was unexpected. The rest of the song, though, man, I just... I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Cult of Luna with a tune called Finland. This was a request from Mark Decken, and this was actually Mark Decken's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Mark. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Yeah. I feel bad, man. I do. And I feel bad because I feel like every time Mark gives me one of his requests to prioritize, I feel like and the thing is, like, I know it's not my fault. It's just it's just the way it is. I always feel like he gives me songs that he loves, and I'm sure he loves them, and that's great. And I wish I wish I could love them as much as he does. But I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest here. I could lie. I could lie and I could go, oh yeah, this was amazing. This was incredible. This is going on a playlist and everything like that. I could say all of those things and I could stroke Mark's ego. But at the end of the day, I know Mark pretty well, and I know Mark would not appreciate that. I know Mark would be able to tell if I was lying, and he would call me out on it. So, no, I gotta be honest. I know Mark appreciates my honesty, and I know he understands, but it doesn't help the fact that I still feel bad. I just do, because I don't think I've ever given a single one of his requests anything higher than a 7. I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever given his stuff an 8. Or maybe I did. Maybe the Ocean, I think I might have given a couple of 8s to. But anyway, because it's very well written. See, there's the problem, though, is this was not particularly well written. Let me give my score, and we're going to get into everything first, okay? Score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.2. Yep, 6.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
It is just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry, it's not. I know a lot of people out there are going to say they're Cult of Luna fans and they love their material, they love their songs. Listen, I am not trying to put any of you down, okay? I'm not going to throw shade at any of you. Listen, if you love this band, if you genuinely love this band and you like what they do, you like their style of music, listen, more power to you, okay? Seriously, I'm glad you enjoy this. I'm glad they have a fan base. I'm glad that there are people out there that enjoy this style of music. I am just not one of those people. I'm sorry, I'm not. It's not that they're doing anything bad, okay? Listen, if the song was bad, if I thought the song was bad, this would be down in the 1s and 2s, maybe even down in the 0s. And I do go all the way down to 0. I do. I've given a number of videos in songs 0s. So I do go all the way down that far. No, a 6 is defined as being pretty good, okay? Did I enjoy the song? No, I did not. I found the song to be very repetitious, having segments that went on for way too long. And then when they did shift, they would shift, but again, same problem. They would shift to a new section. They would stay on that new section for 2.5 to 3 minutes. And then they would go back to the section they just left. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Can't you go anywhere else? You know? Vocals being pushed back in the mix. I will never understand that. I will never get it. I know that's how they write their songs. I understand that, okay? I get that that's how they do things. I just personally do not understand it. I just don't. I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong. I'm not saying what they're doing is unacceptable. All I'm saying is I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. If that's how they want to write their songs, again, more power to them. It's not my thing. The chordal structures on the song, it was good. I mean, it wasn't anything mind-blowing. I mean, I hate to say it was predictable, but there were times where it was. And honestly, the reason that is it comes down to, again, repetition. When you do the exact same pattern for 2.5 to 3 minutes, you start to get that, oh, I wonder where they're going to go. Oh, look at that. They're going right back to that again. Oh, surprise, surprise. Gee, I wonder where they're going to go next. Oh, sure enough, look at that. They went back to the E again. Shocking. Let me guess. They're going to go down to B next. Oh, look at that. I guessed correctly. B again. That's because they're doing the same riff over and over and over and over again for 2.5 to 3 minutes, okay? It's not that it's unimaginative. The riff is good. It's just there's no variety within the riff. They stuck to that same riff, and then they would go to a different riff, but then they would stay on that riff for another 2.5 to 3 minutes, and then they would go right back to that first riff again. The last 41 seconds, I gotta say, and this is so weird coming from me, as soft and as pretty as it was, and as thin as it was, I think that was my favorite part of the whole song, because it sounded different than everything else that I had heard prior to those last 41 seconds. I'm not even usually a fan of that style of music. I'm not. But because it was such a drastic change from everything else I had heard for the last like 9 minutes or 10 minutes, I mean, I had heard the same thing over and over and over again. All of a sudden, here comes this fresh part at the last 41 seconds. I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, I had to go back and I had to double check and go, wait a minute, did I really hear that? Yes, I did. I really did hear it. I kept trying to get into the song, man. I even went as far as to close my eyes. And I was like, okay, just close your eyes, really try to dive deep into this. And I just couldn't, man. I just couldn't. There were a couple of times where I heard some shifts and I heard some changes. And I was like, okay, well, that was nice. But now it's gone. And we didn't follow up. We went right back into the old habit again. And it's like, God, give me a bone here, please. Throw me a bone. And I had no bone to be thrown to me. I just didn't. So here's how I came up with the 6.2. I didn't hear anything bad. Nothing I would say I heard was bad. Nothing I would say I heard was horrible. Nothing I heard that I would possibly say was a travesty or an atrocity, okay? We're not going down the ones and twos. What they did okay. They took what they did and they did it well, okay? Is it my style? No, it's not. I will never listen to this again. I guarantee you. It's just not my thing. I'm sorry. It's not. As much as I would like it to be, I believe me, I would. I wish I could be able to sit here and listen to this and go, I love this. I wish I could do that. But I don't love it. I don't even like it all that much. I'm giving it a 6.2. It's a pretty good score for what I feel is a pretty good song. I can't even say it's well written. The phrases are written well. The phrase, like if you take the phrases, they're well written. But then you take those phrases and you repeat them over and 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 over again. And it's just like, dude, come on. There's other things you can do. They could have cut this song in half. They could have absolutely cut this song in half. Made each phrase half the length. And I would have had my interest a lot more. But because the song just kept drolling on and on and on, I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. But it is still getting a 6.2 because I do see the phrases are well written. The song is well organized. It's just each phrase is just way too long. But that's just personal taste. Like I said, I'm sure there are people that love this, and more power to them. I'm not trying to discredit them. I'm not trying to say that they're idiots or anything like that, because they're not. They have their personal taste. They legitimately enjoy this, and I have no problem with that. Just me personally, I am not one of those people. So, 6.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, let's get into it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you have enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.